Hi everyone, I'm Bianca and I'm back with another video where I will be reviewing the highly anticipated Barbie film. I just want to make you aware that there will be spoilers in this review, so keep that in mind if you want to continue listening. Also, this piece was written during the 2023 WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. Without the labor of the writers and actors currently on strike, the film being covered here wouldn't exist. Please consider donating to the resources linked in the description to help the writers and actors in need. Without further ado, let's get started. The moment I saw this first look at Margot Robbie as Barbie, I have been so hyped for this film. I enjoyed Barbie a lot growing up, so the Barbie brand alone had me really intrigued about this film. But the marketing for this film has been so outstanding. That and the few visuals that I saw from the first look photos to the teasers and trailers had me so excited to watch. It's safe to say I went into the theater with high expectations and the film did not disappoint me. These are my own opinions and I feel my review will be a little different due to my childhood growing up with Barbie dolls and loving film, so I fear this will be a long video. But I also welcome a healthy discussion in the comments of differing opinions and experiences than mine. So let's get into this review. Barbie 2023 film review. Let's start off with the visuals of the film. Barbie is visually stunning. Barbie Land in particular takes you to this whole new world. And of course, that's sort of what film should do. But anyone that's played with dolls when they were little likely had a huge imagination where they were able to escape from their own reality into their own little world. And just watching this sort of reminded me of that. I have to applaud all the filmmakers that helped bring this vision to life because they absolutely nailed it. I'm literally an adult, but those visuals transported me into Barbie Land, and I started to feel like a little kid with that huge imagination again. Everything being plastic, it's literally a world you would expect Barbies to live in. The Barbie dream houses are spot on. Barbie Land even has its own Statue of Liberty, Mount Rushmore, and White House. In this case, pink. The color palette of Barbie Land was perfect. Of course, there's lots of pink, but there's also bright blues with some touches of yellow, all bright colors, and it just captivated me. Also, the visuals during the journey to the real world were such stunning scenes to see. I don't really know how to describe it, but it sorta has this realistic look, but clearly you can tell it's still not the world we know. Then we get to the real world, and what we see is what we know. The dramatic change in setting is so important from Barbie Land to the real world. I think it was interesting how Barbie and Ken's outfits in the real world remain in the same color palette of Barbie Land with the really neon pink, blue, and yellow. Color can be really intentional in film, even down to the outfits. So even with the outfit change, Barbie is still wearing her bright pink, but now Ken is wearing black with that touch of pink. So I wonder, could that represent his shift in mindset with all that he's seen in the real world? These are just my thoughts, so I might be reaching, but I think it's an interesting use of color and the contrast of what we've seen with Barbie Land to begin with. There are so many memorable moments in this film. From start to finish, so many moments just stand out. For starters, when we see Barbie in Barbie Land doing her perfect morning routine, having her perfect day, I love the use of plastic and imagination. Barbie is taking her shower, but there's no water. Real water doesn't exist in Barbie Land. When Barbie is leaving her dream house, she just gracefully glides into her pink convertible. So not only do the plastic props provide context, the sense of using your imagination for the water or a hand putting a Barbie doll into its car, I believe heightens the film even more for me. Also, I love the parallels of Barbie's stereotypical perfect life compared to her first bad day. She has the same morning routine as I just described, but for her bad day, the imaginary water is not the right temperature, and instead of a graceful glide into the pink convertible, she just straight up falls. And for those that paid attention to the song playing, which was Pink by Lizzo, I believe I heard the lyrics change from her perfect day to her bad day. I will have to see it again to confirm. But while I'm still on the topic of Barbie's bad day, This is the first time she experiences flat feet, and I thought the reaction was hilarious. Another memorable moment in the Barbie film for me was seeing the pooping dog. I know that sounds gross, but that was an actual toy that came with Barbie. The dog's name was Tanner, and I had that toy as a kid. Tanner could eat his food, and I believe when you push the tail, he poops it out. So when I saw Tanner in the film, I was like, oh my gosh, they really thought of everything for this. And I thought it was pretty funny that Tanner stayed with Weird Barbie, who's always in the splits. There was also a really funny moment with Weird Barbie later on in the film where there's like this jump scare moment. I really can't believe how funny that was to me. More memorable moments are the Barbie outfits, and I do mean all Barbies. But the scene where Ken starts throwing Barbie's clothes from her dream house and they freeze mid-air in perfect display of how you would expect to see Barbie's clothes was so fun to see. Staying on the topic of Ken, I can't help but remember his instant love for horses, and we see the major horse influence Ken has brought into his now kingdom when he returned from the real world. Fun fact, there was an actual horse-loving Ken doll released in the 80s, so it's no wonder the Kens loved them some horses. Something that I thought was really iconic in the Barbie film was when Barbie was at Mattel headquarters and the executives tried to get Barbie inside of a box. We all know how Barbie is packaged, and once again the filmmakers nailed this moment, even down to the twist ties they used to secure the Barbies. I don't know if this is anything major that the average viewer may remember, but to me, all the details, no matter how big or small, are so cool to see. Also, the chase scene at Mattel was epic. Not only are the visuals great with the executives all dressed in their suits in this semi-dark office area with the cubicles, I loved how Barbie just stood out in her pink. Also, the music. I listened to Speed Drive by Charlie XCX before the film premiered, and with it being such a high-energy song, I sort of knew the scene for this song would be pretty tense, and this scene with the song was perfect. There was also a depressed Barbie doll advertisement that played in the film, and it had the entire theater laughing. Seeing the little girls playing with their dolls with their messed up makeup and sad faces, what a moment. The most bittersweet moment in the film is when Barbie encounters this older woman in the real world. It was unclear to me who she was at first, but even if you are unaware of who she is, the way Barbie's attention sort of gravitates to her shows you the importance of her appearance. There's just so many great moments in this film. I feel like I'm probably forgetting something, but let's move on into the music. Barbie has a really good soundtrack. I listened to some of the songs that were available before the premiere, which I believe I talked about Speed Drive by Charlie XCX. I also talked about Pink by Lizzo, which wasn't out, but I was really looking forward to hearing her track in the film. Other songs that I really love is Dance the Night by Dua Lipa, and it's played during this epic blowout party. The song feels very disco-y, which fit perfectly with the theme of the party. Journey to the Real World by Tame Impala was also another song that I enjoyed. The vocals accompanied by the visuals was so good. What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish fit the mood perfectly for Barbie, especially when you realize she wants to be more than just an idea. What would the soundtrack be without I'm Just Ken by Ryan Gosling? I love seeing the Kens have that moment. The soundtrack wasn't out when I saw the film, so I really would love to go back to see the film after getting familiar with the soundtrack. But one song that I was really excited to hear was Barbie World by Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice with Aqua. I personally love that Nicki Minaj was included in the soundtrack because she has been repping Barbie pretty much her entire career. Barbie's World is personally my favorite, and it was a dope track to have for the end credits. The casting for this film is incredible. I thought everyone fit their characters really well. Before the release of the film, some photos of Margot Robbie filming with Ryan Gosling surfaced online, and I couldn't help but think, whoa, she's like the perfect Barbie. She has the looks, and when I saw the trailer, I saw some of the charisma she would bring, but Barbie is so much more than what I was expecting from this film. She has the funny moments that make you laugh, but she also has her sad moments that make you emotional, and Margot Robbie killed it in every single aspect that she brought to the screen. Also, she brought it to the red carpet events too, where she recreated original Barbie looks. I can't forget Ryan Gosling as Ken. I remember seeing a quote from Ryan that said Ken was a role he was born to play, and that had me so excited to see him embody the character. And already, Ryan has received critical acclaim for his performance as Ken, so much so people believe it has Oscar potential. This is really great to see because there was some prejudgment surrounding his age. I think he was great in this role, and with the way that this film ended, I see potential of a Ken sequel starring Ryan Gosling, but we would just have to wait and see. America Ferrera as Gloria was really a great addition to the cast as a regular human in a film full of dolls. Her impact was actually kind of monumental in the film, from her being sort of the reason Barbie started to feel down and entering the real world, to helping unbrainwash the Barbies and saving their home. Her character also deserves compliments, along with Ariana Greenblatt, who plays Gloria's daughter, Sasha. The moment when you find out that Kate McKinnon plays Weird Barbie, who's always in the splits, you know that role will be funny, and it was. In a land full of perfect Barbies, I feel her character was definitely needed. We've all had that weird Barbie, and Kate McKinnon brought exactly what was needed for her character. To speed a little faster through the cast, I love all the Barbies and Kens, and I think they all brought something special for their own dolls. Michael Cera as Alan was also a very great addition to have in this land full of Barbies and Kens. Rhea Perlman, who plays the role of Ruth Handler as the creator of the original Barbie doll, provides some beautiful and heartfelt moments. Will Ferrell as the CEO of Mattel provided some funny moments, and Helen Mirren as the film's narrator was great. Everyone brought something so special to the cast. I don't think I have any dislikes. I genuinely enjoyed the film. One thing that took me by surprise, however, and if you've come this far, don't say I didn't remind you of the spoilers, but Barbie turns human. It was just a twist that I wasn't expecting, but the lead up to it was really beautiful. Also, with the ending, honestly, how can you be mad at that? It's great. In conclusion, I enjoyed this film so much. Growing up as a little girl who played with Barbie dolls, and currently me being a film lover, I am confidently saying director Greta Gerwig understood the assignment. I smiled a lot during this film. It just made me think back to a simpler time in my life surrounding Barbie. I think it's easy for people to think the Barbie film is strictly for kids because it's Barbie, but honestly, I think adults will have just as much fun and like this film a lot. The director, actors, writers, and all filmmakers involved all created a really incredible film, and I just can't see how this would have been possible without them. Actors and writers deserve to make a livable wage for their hard work, so if anyone that sees this is able to donate to the strikers in need, I've added the links in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.